as the program coordinator at Music Lunch. Tell us about a time where you've experienced a challenge and how you dealt with that challenge.
Okay. I think there haven't been honestly been that many challenges, but the one time I think something kind of came up was in the month of December. We wanted to teach our kids jingle bells, and so at Music Lunch there are kids learning guitar, kids learning clarinet, trombone, there's a flutist, and the youngest kids are learning music through little xylophones and a recorder. So the three teachers that were working there at the time, we all came up with an arrangement of jingle bells, and we did this separately. And then we brought them all together, and they didn't match, so, which we thought was a little odd because it seems like such a standard tune. But they didn't match, so then we had to compromise and work together to make it work. And some arrangements were more complicated than others, and we had to kind of just put our egos aside, or whatever that is, I guess, and just compromise and find the easiest way to play jingle bells that everybody can play.
And so, I know that it was only a one day a week, but what was probably the thing that you enjoyed the most of being a program coordinator at Music Lunch?
I think being involved in a lot of different demographics, especially with this one I was involved in with college music kids, as well as students and their families, and I love talking to people, and I love hearing what they have to say and getting people inspired by music, of various different degrees of it, different levels of skill. So I think that was a really important part, was talking to people.
What's great to hear is, one of the big responsibilities for this program is to maintain that connection with the families. And so it's wonderful that you see yourself staying in Philly for 5 years and really building that. What are some of the actual concrete ways you might pursue building relationships with the families and the students?
Well, one thing I did, I guess, to kind of get the word out about Music Lunch in Boston was I would, before the program started in the summer, I would hang out with the YMCA, for lack of a better word, and I'd have a little booth, and I had a billboard, and I encouraged people to come talk to me, I guess, and to ask questions, as well as to kind of connect with the families. We go out for dim sum all together a couple times during the semester, which I think everybody enjoys it, and it's fun. The kids love it, and the parents of the kids are wonderful people, and they have they really appreciate their kids learning music, and it's wonderful. It's really rewarding to share food with people. Yeah.
Best way to share culture.
Exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of sharing food, your resume indicated that you had some experience with event planning. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
That's another facet of my job that I really love. I love exploring different venues and trying to figure out what will be appropriate for the organization. I don't know Philly yet, but I do know, I guess, Boston pretty well, and it's fun to try out different areas and see, and it's exciting for the kids as well. They love to kind of explore the city as well and feel like a hot shot being in an area they haven't performed yet. And it's also a huge encouragement for the program to get through experiencing these different areas where the events take place, to kind of get the word out in the community.
So if we were to plan, for example, an event for the holidays that entailed a concert, what are some of the timelines that you would build in order to get that set, maybe starting in October? What would the steps that you might take?
Starting from October.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I would find a location firstly. On Philly, do most of your events within buildings here? Or
No, we do concerts all throughout the city, actually.
Great. So I guess I would try to figure out where the best place would be and where my fellow coworkers suggest would be the best place to be, and then I would reserve it and book it and start organizing rehearsals with all the kids and give them a deadline for when the concert is, so they know what to expect, they know the time frame to work on, and have the parents, try to get the support of the parents behind this as well to help have them encourage their children practicing and not being surprised that when the performance comes, that it's planned for, I guess.
So, and speaking of parents as well, you know, a large part of the job description for a program coordinator is, you know, making sure that all the kids are present every day and really keeping track of them, checking them in and out each day. And I was wondering if you could maybe talk to us a little bit about how you might deal with a child who was experiencing some attendance issues, who was his, you know, parents weren't, you know, dropping him off and picking him up regularly each day like they're supposed to be doing.
I guess I would approach that issue, I would ask the child about it and see what they had to say and see what their response to it was, and taking that into consideration and approaching their parents afterwards, giving them a call and just gently asking, you know, was there something in the family that was happening, were there problems, maybe a reason for them not to show up, and try to persuade them and give them, to show the importance of regular attendance and punctuality in school.
This position entails a lot of multitasking, like very different tasks, right? Everything from snack time to dealing with parents, to event planning. How have you had experiences of this kind of intense pressure before in your position at Music Launch, and what are some of the ways that you deal with pressure in the workplace?
I actually really enjoy pressure and stress in that way. I believe that I focus really well under pressure, that kind of pressure, where things just need to get done, and I get them done. That being said, though, I'm not really sure how it happens, but I enjoy multitasking. I have a hard time in my own personal practice stopping to multitask. I often think about things I need to do, and I have to go do them and come back. And it bothers me that when things aren't resolved, I guess, when things aren't finished. So if snack needs to be distributed, I'll make sure that it's, you know, someone has gone to get the snack and they're ready to go. As well as the instruments and that kind of stuff.
Wonderful. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience at CLCS, Conservatory Charter High School? And, what were you doing there, and who did you get to work with?
Sure, I was a teaching assistant with Meg Music, who is a voice major, and she is a music teacher at the Conservatory Lab School, and I just shadowed her teaching, and I learned a lot about how they incorporated music in everyday kind of things, like for instance, when she would call everyone to the carpet for a story time, she would sing about it, and it was just those little gestures that she would incorporate music in that I thought were really, really wonderful, and I hadn't been exposed to that yet, I guess, before. And I would help distribute the snack. I would help kids at recess. I would play with them at recess, and I would show them some of my own games, some of my own hand clapping games and rhythmic games, and would participate in what was happening in the classroom, and just by helping, just being an extra pair of hands to help, you know, if there was a disciplinary issue in the corner to, you know, a couple young kids, I would be there while she was teaching, and just kind of an extra support with a classroom full of kids. So it was fun.
So you mentioned that a big draw for you to pop was the fact that we have this harp studio, which we're extremely proud of. We were the first nucleo in the country to have the harp studio, so it's really a source of pride.
Second. Orchids. Oh,
Oh, Orchids was second. We were first.
you mean like the first? Okay.
First,
Okay.
yeah. So, how do you see yourself as the program coordinator fitting in, and how, you know, to the harp studio? What do you see your role in that area?
I think I would love to see, first of all, how Elizabeth works and see how she does things and provide my own experiences as well. I wouldn't want to step on her toes, and I totally respect what she's doing, but I'd love to just be a part of it and bring what I have learned and as a harpist and as a musician and as a teacher to bring to it, and I would love to expand it and get more people involved and advertise it. And I think the harp is